Beneficial Ownership Information Reporting, or BOI, or perhaps some people might be saying BOI, is a new requirement for U.S. companies. New companies formed in 2024 and after must file within 90 days of creation or registration, and existing companies, those that existed prior to 2024, have 1 year to file. That is until January 1, 2025. So what is this? Who has to do it? How do you do it? And why? While you're here, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel so that you're notified when new videos come out. Thanks for watching. According to the website of FinCEN, which is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the Bipartisan Corporate Transparency Act, enacted in 2021 to curb illicit finance, requires many companies doing business in the United States to report information about the individuals who ultimately own or control them. Also, according to the FinCEN website, the mission of the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network is to safeguard the financial system from illicit use, combat money laundering and its related crimes including terrorism, and promote national security. Beneficial ownership information reporting is not an annual requirement. A report only needs to be submitted once unless the filer needs to update or correct information. Generally, reporting companies must provide 4 pieces of information about each beneficial owner. It's their name, the date of birth, address, and the identifying number and issuer from either a non-expired U.S. driver's license, a non-expired U.S. passport, or a non-expired identification document issued by a state, including a U.S. territory or possession, local government, or Indian tribe. If none of those documents exist, a non-expired foreign passport can be used. An image of the document must also be submitted with the report. The company must also submit certain information about itself, such as its name and address. In addition, reporting companies created on or after January 1, 2024 are required to submit information about the individuals who formed the company, that is, the company applicants. Filing is free of charge, and FinCEN says that it is simple and secure. I have to do this for my own company, but I have not yet done that, so I cannot provide any feedback yet on the process. Companies that are required to comply are called reporting companies, and they must file their initial reports by the following deadlines. Existing companies, which are reporting companies created or registered to do business in the United States before January 1, 2024, must file by January 1, 2025. Newly created or registered companies, which are reporting companies created or registered to do business in the U.S. in 2024 or after, have 90 calendar days to file after receiving actual or public notice that their company's creation or registration is effective. Now, as I mentioned before, beneficial ownership information reporting is not an annual requirement. A subsequent report only needs to be filed if the filer needs to update or correct information. So who needs to do this report? Your company may be a reporting company and need to report information about its beneficial owners if your company is a corporation, a limited liability company, LLC, or was otherwise created in the United States by filing a document with a Secretary of State or any similar office under the law of a state or Indian tribe, or is a foreign company and was registered to do business in any U.S. state or Indian tribe by such a filing. 23 types of entities are exempt from the beneficial ownership information reporting requirements. These entities include publicly traded companies, nonprofits, and certain large operating companies. I would guess most viewers of this video who have an LLC or corporation will probably need to file this report. FinCEN's Small Entity Compliance Guide includes checklists for each of the 23 exemptions that may help determine whether your company qualifies for an exemption. I will put a link to that guide in the description below for you. I will also post a link to the FAQ section of the FinCEN website. If you see an exemption in the table, make sure that you jump to the section that gives more details on that exemption. For example, accounting firm is listed in the exemption table. I own an accounting firm. However, if you look at the definition, this only applies to accounting firms that are registered in accordance with Section 102 of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, which is not a requirement that I have to abide by. Therefore, I don't meet this exception, and I will have to file a report. What if you have questions? Well, I would recommend reaching out to a business attorney or your CPA. Now, there is some disagreement out there as to whether or not helping file this report for clients is the practice of law or not. So your CPA may or may not assist you with the actual filing, but at the very least, they should have some information about it and be able to point you in the right direction. So where can you file this report? Everything seems to be pointing towards this being a pretty straightforward report for small businesses. So you may be able to do it on your own without any help. That is my hope, and it's what I'm currently planning on doing myself. We'll see how that goes. Now you can go to fincen.gov, and information about this is all over the homepage. You can e-file online, and the link on the FinCEN website takes you to the BSA e-filing system, which is part of FinCEN. Lastly, if you are an owner of multiple entities, it might be helpful to obtain a FinCEN identifier or FinCEN ID. This allows an individual to input their beneficial owner information in, get a code, and provide it to the reporting company. There are two benefits that this provides. One, it shifts the burden of updating beneficial owner information, for example, an address change, to the beneficial owner and avoids the reporting company having to file an updated report if there is a change in this information. Second, it avoids entering information multiple times for an individual who is a beneficial owner of multiple entities. Now, to apply for this FinCEN ID, you can go to fincenid.fincen.gov. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment below and I can respond there, or I can do another video if needed. Thanks for watching.